So I wasn't planning on doing a reading, but here we are. Gonna clear the energy. I just need to. Okay. Also, Spirit said I needed to wear these ears, so I think elven stuff is a sign for some people. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, I don't know why the company. It's the Elven Labs. They do AI voices. I don't know. That's coming up too. Also, a couple other symbols too. My female ex-Mormons will know this. And if you guys don't know, this is your first time meeting me. I grew up Mormon. And so I heard seven sons, which there's this song about like these seven sons of Abraham, right? So actually, hold up. I'm going to look into that. We're going to is that a he had 8 sons, not 7. The children's son, father Abraham often signifies, while the biblical account lists Isaac, Ishmael, and 6 others with his other wife, Zimran, Kokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Interesting. Inheritance. Oh, thank you. Spirit, things come through in such weird ways, guys. I just work here. For those of you who have not ever come across me, if this is the first time you're meeting me, hi, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here and Astremia on my other account where I do evolutionary astrology. Definitely take a peek over there because I love astrology. Now, before we even dive in, I like to share some of the stuff that I'm doing. First thing is I'm hosting a gathering for the spring equinox, which is on March 20th. And it's a whole thing. You can read about it down below if it resonates with you. I would love to have you guys there. There's limited spots. And additionally, the best way you guys can support me, besides following, sharing, commenting here, that's always number one stuff you guys can do to support me. But subscribing to my newsletter, it's where I translate the astrology, write it all down, and share it with you every Monday to guide you through the week ahead. I'm like, what do I even do? I'm already feeling this channel come through, so we're just gonna let that go. So with the 7 suns, what came up too was like a planet with 7 suns on it too, and that feels like a synchronicity for some people as well. But looking up the sons of Abraham, right? I will get to my point. The keyword being inheritance, inheritance, inheritance. And what was kind of coming up for me and just like saying that is like, you are about to receive an inheritance. And for some people, sure, financially, but this feels a lot bigger. And I think this has to do with it. I was like, why'd I put ears on? Why'd I put, I mean, I love them. I am a Ren Fair girly at heart, but also like, this seems like cosmic inheritance. This seems like from different worlds with the 7 suns. Like I'm seeing SUNS, sons, like 7 suns. And I would love to hear how this resonates with people down below because sometimes the channels come through and I'm like, what does this even mean? So we're going to dive into that. This inheritance. I'm rolling my astro dice here. We've got, what was this? South Node in the 9th house, Gemini South Node. Interesting. You guys might be a Libra rising. Yeah? No. Let me do my calculations. Taurus? No, Aries? Whoa. I don't know why I can't calculate. Spirit's like, don't focus on the charts right now. That doesn't matter. Okay. I don't know. Normally I'm really quick too, but shout out to Mercury. You have been, oh, this is the energy you've been like settled into, which is very, yeah, I was right. Libra rising. I know what I'm doing. Sorry, my ego came in a little bit. I was like, what is this? I'm really settling into this energy with the South Node here. This is spirit affirming where you have been, and we're going to talk about where you are going, and even where you're at now. This seems like past, present, future potential read. The South Node residing in the ninth house is a past history of, and like past life too. And I feel like this might have to do with the past life of yours. I'm seeing nodding. A past life of, ooh, being a prophet. That's why. Ninth house is all about spirituality, about higher learning, teaching. And with Gemini here, a Gemini South Node, this is literally like verbatim, like being a spokesperson for spirit, for whatever it is that you're working with, God. For some of you, it seems like a very strong religious background. That's why I brought up religion to begin with. You might have been, and the thing about the South Node within astrology, for those of you who aren't familiar, it talks about your past life, and past lives can be 10 minutes ago, 2 years ago. It's relative. However you choose to apply this information, it's yours. I'm not here to subscribe you to any modality. So, but I'm really feeling like that's something that you're breaking free from. Like you're breaking free from this sort of like, I need to project, like, and not in a bad projecting way, but in this way of like trying to get people to understand you. Like, I need to have, it seems like a broader stage, a broader environment. And the North Node in Sagittarius in the third house, which again, it's a very similar energy, but it's kind of like a flip of the switch. And I bring this up because the ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. And Sagittarius and Gemini are sister signs. They're opposing each other. And then when we look at opposite of this, third house is ruled by Gemini with the Sagittarius North Node. I don't know if you guys are following. It makes sense to me. It's fine if it doesn't, but I'm here to explain what I mean by this, which is like you're switching back into the role of student in a way that I feel like you're finally surrendering into the fact that like you don't need to have all the answers. And I feel like that's been a big pivotal part of your path, is like needing to know, needing to be the one with the knowledge, needing to be the one with the answers. And this is really pushing you into a new environment of like, you can grow. It's time to grow. It's time to invite in more knowledge, because like the truth is, the real master, the real like wise man knows that you are never done being a student. And I feel like that's what you're really getting hit with. So I kind of wanted to dive deeper into this past life energy. Agape. Very interesting. This feels like that kind of shifted the trajectory of this. Hold up, let me get a clarifier. Oh, with the temple and truth. I'm really being brought back to like Babylonia. I feel like I have some feminines here. This is giving like devotee / initiate of Isis. But I also am seeing like spirits taking me to other worlds as well, where it's a very similar practice of like being devoted to devotion, to love, to unconditional love. And I feel like I heard it's time to be a student of this again. It's time to be a student of this again, to devote yourself to unconditional love. And it's not in this way where I'm almost seeing you almost like try to spoon feed, like force feed people like this new knowledge. And yeah, so talking about the present moment, we have the empty room. I feel like you are starting fresh. 0, where you been? Are you wrapped up in red roses, dripping virtue from your lips? Tell me more about this present. Like what is right now? And when I said present, I just saw like a gift box, like an actual present. So there might be, tell me more about that. What do we mean here? I heard your body is a gift. Your body is a gift. With reddening coming out, this is really talking about the human embodiment. And it was with Quicksilver. My sweet friends here, I am almost, I heard your body is a wonderland, but in this way of like, you are coming to understand that all you need is to connect to your vessel. And I feel like that's a new sort of journey you're moving on, where it feels like every physical item could leave your life and you would still feel whole and centered and trust yourself to navigate whatever comes up. And that's the kind of newness of, instead of outsourcing knowledge, because I feel like that's what that South Node was looking for or pointing out, is that you have outsourced knowledge, not in a bad way, but just like being very appreciative of the religions and like structures and certain orders, and I'm like, there's more words that spirit keeps throwing at me, like orders, gatherings, cults, that like gave you the answers. And so it kind of softened you into this sort of like, I don't have to think for myself. It's not in a bad way. But the sort of flip side of what I'm seeing with the past life coming in is like, you have learned, like you have a past of like body-based wisdom that's coming through. And again, I'm seeing Isis, I'm seeing like these really ancient civilizations that might not be here on Earth. It might be in another galaxy, galaxy far, far away. In a kingdom far, I'm seeing sorry, in a kingdom far, far away. That there's sort of this sort of repurposing of this knowledge that you had. And I feel like that's what's coming through right now. And this is kind of like the clarity of it, because with Quicksilver, it's really showing me like you have a direct access to source, to, I heard light beings, whatever. Some of you resonate with the star seed thing. There's no shame in me naming any of these things, whatever. Like it feels very unique and niche for you. Okay. So, and it has to do with you being present in your body and being like, okay with starting from zero. Now I'm going to kind of move into this sort of future oriented energy of like, what's coming from this? Again, I'm seeing, like outer space a lot. You might be astral traveling a lot. Oh, okay. We got to know about that. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotta crack my back. I just heard, like, if you step on a crack, it will break your mother's back, like rhymes from childhood. So the card that came out that kind of gave me that reaction is the Drowned King. And this is that's what's happening now. That's what I feel like's in the sort of immediate future. It's not a bad thing. Neptune's okay, cool. Some of the bottom deck energy is really cool too. You are like, I feel like you're on the threshold of this, where you're really just letting yourself let go of the egoic contract with your beliefs, where you're really entering interesting, I was going to say space, but a pace of surrender, where this feels like your baseline of like, I'm going to go, instead of going out to receive information. Interesting. I was saying recede too. You are receding inwards, and now I'm seeing receding. Words have been really strong lately, just with this Mercury retrograde. It's been having me speak very poetically and very like Freudian slips kind of stuff. So I've been really catching that. The Drowned King is like a fall from grace, but I almost feel like I heard you've willingly taken the L. You've willingly like kind of, it's actually such a gift. What I'm seeing is like spirits creating a perceived loss. I heard like a net loss kind of thing, a perceived loss that is actually the greatest gift for you right now. So some of you might be going through like whatever hardship or something that's come up that's like feels like this is kind of cruel, or this isn't what I wanted, but it is actually in deeper alignment with what you do want. Now we have glass, Pluto, resin, and the uncreated. You are getting an opportunity to completely change your vision. You might resonate with the reading that I just posted called True Vision. Like, yeah. I'm getting a little nauseous. There's a lot of energy. Yeah, purging. Taking care of your body is like the utmost importance for you right now. Like eating right, water, yeah, movement. But it really is this sort of like humbling. I heard like starting from humble beginnings. And it's not and I almost feel like you're like, thank God I've been needing this. It's like exactly the reset that you've been looking for. I see like a big reset button and you're like, yes. It's making me think of, if you've ever seen the OA, I'm not going to spoil it too much, because I think anybody who's watching this would really enjoy that show. But I'm seeing this sort of choice to come to life with what would be seen as a loss, right? Say, for example, you lose your sight. For those of you who know, you know. And it's funny, the sight thing, but it creates a deeper appreciation for your other senses. And that's what I feel is happening for you. It feels very niche for each one of you. Yeah. Because Pluto and resin, it's like you are getting the opportunity to see anything that now stands in your way or anything that doesn't serve this greater vision that you have. And that's what's coming through with the glass. It's like you are receiving a greater vision of something that only you can create, only you can bring into this world. And it's taking a deeper, untraveled path. What I'm seeing is like a path into the underworld. Again, with Quicksilver here, like you have a gift of traversing like the higher realms and the lower realms, spirit and the underworld, where there's subterranean emotional realms. I'm like feeling a lot of humidity too. I'm hearing birth canal. And then at the bottom here, we have Neptune, which this process feels like this has been coming up in readings too. And I appreciate everybody's patience as I jump around. I know that I call in an audience that has the patience and grace for how I channel because it's different. I know for me, egoically, I get really, I'm like, oh, Izzy, you're not saying it clearly, but this is just how it comes through. And I like to be real and raw and honest when I have those moments because my desire with this channel is to show the real process of this, whatever is happening here. For those of you who have ever read the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas, there's this thing called the drop. And it's basically when a human, or somebody with like a human lifespan, they have to drop into the deepest parts of themselves. And it's basically like dying. You will die if you don't come back up. And you're choosing this. Now, in the series, and if you haven't read it, maybe don't listen to the next couple minutes. But you choose an anchor, somebody to hold you strapped into reality so you have something to come back to. And I'm getting full body chills, Jesus. So this is really about like, what is your anchor? And that's what I feel like this whole shift is right now, is you determining who is that? What is your anchor? What continues to bring you back to life? We have the red and white rose that was also peeking out when I looked at Neptune. And it really is like you are going through a pretty intense alchemical process. What I'm seeing is like a serpent coming down from the heavens and one that's coming up from the underworld. And now they're making like a helix. And it's like really this, I heard like, I don't know how often this has been done before, or if this has ever been done. It seems like we have a community of people who are here watching this video that are going through an ascension process that seems very twofold. But I want to know, How can we anchor ourselves? How can the person watching this anchor themselves? Inner union, the androgyny. It's like whoa, that was a really crazy visual that just happened there. I don't know if you guys saw me just like completely just dissociate for a second. It's your inner masculine and your inner feminine. I feel like it's your inner masculine that's going through this drop right now with the drowned king. It's like he's the one. And this is how you're creating the inner union, is like letting your inner masculine like go to the deepest, darkest parts of himself. Now, if you are a masculine, it's that too, of like your expression. Like, it doesn't matter how you present or anything like that. This is just the different parts. I like to just to kind of give clarity to people. I think of like masculine and feminine as a battery. I have a very scientific brain, which is why it's so interesting that I do readings like this. But I think it's nice to kind of bridge that gap. We have the negative side of the battery. That's the feminine. It's receptive. It pulls things in. And then there's the positive side. That's the masculine, and it exerts the energy. And there's this process where your inner masculine is going through, oh my God, and we have the blue temple and the mystical sister. Yeah. This is really freaking cool. And I'm like, how can I articulate this in a way that like really makes sense to you? I'm going to do my best, but this part of your inner masculine is going through a death, is what I'm getting at. But to choose to come back to life, you have to have a very strong inner feminine, your intuition, your gifts. And that's what I'm really feeling here with the mystical sister and the blue temple coming out together here. This is like genuinely, your feminine is like online. She is here, and she's just waiting patiently for your inner masculine to choose to come back. And it's not even like really a choice. It's the illusion of the choice, but like trusting your inner feminine to be your personal lighthouse, those guidance points, those parts of you that just know, that inner knowing, and that draw, like trusting yourself to draw in what you need most. That is your anchor, is your inner feminine. Wow, this reading's really beautiful. I would love to wrap up with a message from this deck, the Lumerian, Beyond Lumeria deck. They have these really cool just guide points. And I love this deck because it's by Izzy Ivy. I'm Izzy, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. All right, how can we navigate everything that's just come up in this reading? I keep hearing the song Seven Sons, Inheritance. Oh, yeah, this is the card. Take a peek at that. The inheritance piece, like this, you are bringing in, oh, that's what this inheritance is. This is a practice, this like inner union practice that's coming up for you is a deeper inheritance of past lives of yours to actually actualize your true self and like everything that you came here to do. And that is the greatest gift that you can receive and move through. And then I hear like help others through. Okay, this card is Solar Plexus Chakra, Radiant Illumination. The solar plexus chakra is the radiant center of your being. It holds the vibrant spark that brings your passions to life. Enter this space to step away from playing small, unworthiness, and the idea that you are taking up space. And insecurity-based competitiveness. Allow yourself to be attuned to the abundant life force that resides in your center and be energized, motivated, and fueled with inspiration. Bring forth more of what you wish to birth in the world as you discover a deep and real sense of self-empowerment. You can confidently lift others up in celebration, harmonizing differences, and shifting hierarchical paradigms into collective co-creation. It's literally like we don't need like this patriarchy or matriarchy. It's like we are both, and we don't like, let's have both, right? This is very, very cool energy. And like as your inheritance, I'm going to roll one last thing. Tell me about the inheritance. Oh my gosh, we got Pluto and Leo. Interesting. Pluto and Leo generation. Pluto and Leo in the second house. This might be money, actually. I'm like, this is like a kingdom of your own. And Spirit's like, it could be internal, it could be external. It just depends on like how you move through this. They're being a little cheeky. They're like, but there is a gift on its way. What's the gift? I'm getting nosy, guys, at the end here. Tell me about the gift. I heard like the gift of changing how you relate to money. Luminant essence, life force energy, full spectrum. Furred and feathered friends. Interesting. You might have some guides coming through. Being alive is a gift. Inheritance. Love. Full spectrum. I'm also hearing like neurodivergence too, like with full spectrum. I'm not reading too deep into the cards. And then animals. I'm going to show the cards. That guy. Full spectrum. Lumen. And then life force energy. Okay. I'm going to leave this here. I love you guys so, so, so much. Again, the best way you guys can support me here, of course, liking, commenting, sharing, etc., is amazing. Following too. But subscribing to my newsletter is like, I'm like, that's my ask if you wish to. There's always no pressure. That's like one of my greatest passions right now. So, all right. Readings are open. All my offerings are linked below. I love you guys.